Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you, I'll die first! Find your own hiding place, the monsters are everywhere! Play dead! That's what I did! Play dead! They took the live ones. Oh god, I can still hear them! Monsters! Ah! Ah! Ah!
The first thing 343 Guilty Spark does is take things away. There's no real Covenant patrols, no combat music besides the ambience of the forest you drop in, and there's no clear objective beyond investigate. Instead of any real fighting, you walk through empty hallways. You find barricades that didn't work, blood trails with no bodies. The horror doesn't begin when something attacks you. Horror begins when something should be here and isn't. This underground facility lets your imagination do the work. Every quiet hallway becomes a question. Every open door feels wrong. The game doesn't rush you. It lets dread accumulate naturally. And before you ever see the enemy, it shows you the aftermath. The helmet cam footage is one of the most iconic moments in the Halo series. For the first time in the game, you're taken away from being Master Chief, a powerful Spartan, and it gives you someone fragile, just a regular Marine, not a super soldier. The game doesn't explain what the Flood is here. It just lets you witness them. By the time the video cuts out, you understand one thing. Whatever did this, you are standing in that exact room. The game shows you the horror before it lets you survive it. When the Flood finally appear, Halo doesn't change its mechanics. You still have the same weapons, the same movement, the same controls. But everything about this enemy feels wrong. The Flood forms don't behave like soldiers. They rush you. They overwhelm you. They don't take cover and they don't retreat. Combat stops being about control and starts being more about containment. The Flood aren't just dangerous because they're strong. They're terrifying because we don't know their meaning. Marines don't just die, they're clearly being reused. Bodies don't stay bodies. The Covenant are fighting for their belief in the Great Journey, and humanity is fighting for survival. The Flood? We don't know anything. They just consume. And I think that's why the Flood hits so hard in this moment. It's because Halo isn't just introducing a new enemy, it's revealing that the entire conflict you thought mattered might be irrelevant. So why does this reveal still work over 20 years later? Well, I think that's because modern games often explain their horror too quickly. They show you the monster, they give you the lore entries, they frame fear cinematically. 343 Guilty Spark does the opposite. It delays clarity, it embraces the silence. It trusts the player to connect the dots before you get to that room. You're scared not because you know what the Flood are, it's because you don't. The level respects the player's imagination. And the imagination up to this point is always scarier than exposition. 343 Guilty Spark is remembered not because the Flood are necessarily difficult to fight, or because they're visually grotesque. It's because this is the moment where Halo stops protecting the player. Up until now, the game rewards confidence. It teaches you that understanding the enemy means surviving them. but the Flood don't care what you've learned. They don't just threaten the player, they threaten the idea that this war ever made sense to begin with. And I think that's why the reveal still works today. It doesn't frighten you with spectacle, it frightens you with uncertainty, with silence, absence. It's a moment in Halo where the game admits that some threats can't be overcome, only survived.